What if the plants on your windowsill didn't just, clean the air, but actually glowed, like brightly enough to light up your room? No electricity needed.
Hmm.
Or imagine tiny living batteries made from bacteria that could power your smartwatch or maybe even a medical implant inside your body.
It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, absolutely.
Right. But today, we're doing a deep dive into this field where biology isn't just inspiring engineering, it basically is the engineering.
Uh-huh. We're talking about engineered living energy materials. ELIMs for short.
And our guide for this, well, this fascinating journey is a really groundbreaking review paper. It's called Engineered Living Energy Materials
Right.
by Sichi Yuan and this big international team. Folks from Northeastern University, the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Politecnico di Milano. It just came out this year in Interdisciplinary Materials.
A really comprehensive look.
Exactly. So our mission today is to explore how scientists are, well, learning from nature's playbook, right? From tiny proteins up to whole organisms,
Yeah, looking at their energy systems.
and then integrating them with artificial systems, creating totally new ways to generate energy, store it, maybe even use it.
That's it. We'll unpack the kind of the ingenuity behind it all, look at some of nature's original blueprints, which are just astounding,
Yeah.
and then touch on some really mind-blowing applications that are already taking shape. It's about building a sustainable future, with nature, maybe even as nature.
And why is this so important for you listening? Well, just think about the headlines. Rising carbon emissions, the climate crisis.
It's constant.
Global energy security is a huge concern. Remember those massive energy price surges? Finding sustainable, clean energy isn't just nice to have anymore.
No, it's urgent.
It's absolutely critical. And ELIMs, well, they offer this pathway to greener solutions that literally draw power from life itself. It's like we found this hidden energy grid inside biology.
That's a great way to put it. And, before we even jump into the whole engineered part of ELIMs, it's so important to realize nature's been perfecting energy conversion for billions of years.
Right, billions.
Our own body's plants, those glowing jellyfish we mentioned,
Yeah.
they're packed with these tiny, super efficient energy machines.
Uh-huh.
And the real insight here is that these natural biological modules, they aren't just for inspiration. Sometimes we can actually take them, tweak them a bit, and use them directly in new tech.
Okay, so let's unpack some of these, starting really small. Proteins, the building blocks. What are some of the stars in nature's energy toolkit?
Okay, well, let's start with fluorescent proteins.
Yeah.
These are the real showstoppers, the molecules making jellyfish glow or corals shimmer.
Right, the glowing stuff.
Yeah. And what scientists have figured out is how to engineer these proteins to glow in basically any color
Uh-huh.
across the whole visible spectrum.
Wow.
They essentially absorb one color of light and then re-emit it as a different one, longer wavelength.
That's amazing. So it's not just for, looking cool in the ocean.
Oh, far from it. People like Patreon and colleagues, they wrote about this in Advanced Materials last year. These proteins are becoming just invaluable.
For what kind of things?
Well, everything from precisely tagging tiny parts inside living cells like organelles for medical research
Right.
to maybe even building the next generation of LEDs for displays and lighting. Imagine, light bulbs that are partly alive. Maybe even regenerate themselves.
Whoa, okay, that is wild. And speaking of light, fireflies, those blinking bugs.
Yes. Luciferase, the enzyme that gives fireflies that magic glow.
Right.
And this isn't just emitting light, it's a chemical to light converter.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly efficient. It takes chemical energy from ATP and turns it straight into light. Almost no heat waste.
Which is something our light bulbs really struggle with, right? All that heat.
Exactly. So the potential here isn't just a pretty glow, it's visualizing things inside the body without needing invasive tools.
It's like a biological flashlight
Yeah,
inside you for medical imaging.
precisely. And even cooler, back in 2020, Midzushkina and her team, they published this in Nature Biotechnology. They actually made genetically encoded autoluminescent plants
Plants that glow on their own.
on their own, continuously.
Yeah.
No external power. They just integrated the firefly's light system. It's a huge step towards, well, maybe bio-integrated lighting. Nature's light becoming our light.
That's incredible. And companies are already jumping on this.
Oh, yeah. Companies like Monad Bio, they're using deep learning to design artificial versions, like their Luxit Pro, which is apparently like 150 times brighter than the natural ones.
Oh, okay. That's a glowing recommendation.
Yeah.
What about something really common like melanin, the pigment in our skin and hair?
Melanin's surprisingly versatile. Yeah, we know it absorbs light. That's why we tan.
Right.
but it's being studied for that in solar energy capture.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. It also shows photoconductivity.
Meaning?
It can generate an electrical current when light hits it. So it's not just a pigment. It could be a component in biosolar cells.
A biosolar cell using the same stuff that gives you a tan. That's fantastic biomimicry.
Isn't it?
What about movement, though? Can biology generate, like, mechanical energy?
Oh, absolutely. Think about your muscles contracting right now. That's powered by molecular motors.
Tiny machines.
Tiny protein machines like contents and myosin. They convert chemical energy into precise mechanical motion, nanoscale engines.
And efficient.
Way more efficient than our car engines, often over 50% efficiency. And scientists are harnessing them. Gia and their team, they showed in Nature Materials just in 2022. Get this? They 3D printed a tiny robotic hand powered by myosin.
No way! A robotic hand powered by muscle proteins. That's straight out of a movie.
Right. So, okay, moving up a level from single proteins. Our cells have their own power plants, don't they?
The organelles, like chloroplasts in plants.
Exactly. Chloroplasts are the ultimate solar energy harvesters.
Yeah.
Photosynthesis, right, converting sunlight into chemical energy.
Splitting water, capturing CO2.
Yep. First, the light reaction captures sun, splits water, makes energy. Then the dark reaction uses that energy to grab CO2 from the air and turn it into sugars, basically turning air into food.
And that's inspiring artificial photosynthesis.
You got it. Systems that could one day make fuels just from sunlight and CO2.
The dream, turning pollution into fuel. And what about in our own bodies?
We've got mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells.
Right.
They turn sugars and fats into ATP, life's energy currency. Scientists are studying their electron transfer chains like crazy, trying to mimic them for bioenergy.
Okay. And you mentioned magnetosomes.
Yeah, found in certain bacteria, tiny natural magnets inside them. Let them sense magnetic fields.
And how could that be useful?
Well, imagine using them for targeted drug delivery.
Yeah.
Or even heating up cancer cells specifically. Zhang and colleagues wrote about this in Nature Communications in 2020. Very precise applications.
This is where it gets really mind-bending for me. Can whole organisms be energy materials?
They absolutely can. Think about electric eels.
Oh, yeah. Zap.
Exactly. They can generate, what, up to 860 volts? It's incredible.
Seriously.
Yeah. And scientists like Schroeder and his team, they published this in Nature back in 2017. They're mimicking this. They've made soft, flexible power sources by stacking thousands of tiny hydrogel compartments inspired by the eel's electric cells. They got up to 110 volts. It's like a synthetic biological battery.
A biological battery that bends.
Wow.
Could power flexible electronics? Medical devices?
That's the idea. And then there are those bacteria that actually generate electricity directly.
Right, conductive biofilm.
Exactly. Colonies of bacteria like Shigella, they can literally wire themselves up to electrodes and push out electrons, generate a current.
And that's not just a lab trick.
No, huge potential for sustainable power. Even wastewater treatment, they eat the waste and make electricity.
That's amazing.
And teams like Zhao's group at Stanford, they showed in Science in 2021, you can boost the efficiency by adding things like silver nanoparticles, paving the way for real bio-integrated power.
Okay, so nature has all these incredible designs, then we start engineering them, integrating them. That's where ELMs really come into their own, combining biology's best features, self-repair, biodegradability, adaptability with our tech.
Precisely. And one really exciting area is light to electricity, like biosolar panels.
Solar panels that are partly alive?
Sort of. Biophotovoltaics use photosynthetic organisms, algae, cyanobacteria, to make electricity from light. For instance, Chen's team over in Singapore, writing in Nature Materials in 2022.
What do they do?
They used 3D printed micropillars, like tiny high-rises for cyanobacteria. Let them grow more densely on the electrode.
And that worked.
Boosted the photocurrent quite a bit, yeah. Clever structure.
Super clever. Using 3D printing to basically farm more energy bacteria.
And here's a real wow moment for you. Joshi and their team, Stevens Institute of Technology, Nanoletters 2018, they 3D printed cyanobacteria onto mushroom caps.
Anti-mosh. Mushrooms, why?
Apparently, the mushroom kept the bacteria hydrated perfectly. It created this symbiotic device that increased the photocurrent 8 times.
Get out! A mushroom solar panel. That's mind-blowing.
A literal biohybrid mushroom solar panel.
Okay. So beyond electricity, can light make useful chemicals too?
Absolutely. That's where semi-artificial photosynthesis comes in.
Yeah.
You combine robust inorganic stuff, like semiconductors, with biological bits, enzymes, microbes,
To do what?
to do things like fix CO2 into valuable chemicals.
Yeah.
Sakamoto and colleagues at Harvard, they pioneered this back in 2016, published in Science. They used non-photosynthetic bacteria plus cadmium sulfide nanoparticles, turn CO2 straight into acetic acid, vinegar basically, but a key industrial chemical.
So literally turning greenhouse gas into something useful. That's huge for the circular economy idea.
Massive potential.
Okay, back to light from chemicals. Inside us, can that be used for diagnostics, like the firefly enzyme?
Definitely. That chemical-to-light conversion, luciferase, it's got incredible medical potential. Researchers like IndoWeb and the team at Harvard's West Institute, just last year in Nature,
Yeah.
they engineered gut bacteria with light-emitting circuits, ingestible biosensors.
Swallow them.
Yep, and they detect inflammation in your gut in real time by reacting to specific molecules and, well, glowing.
Wow. For things like IBD.
Exactly. Early diagnosis, monitoring, without needing invasive scopes, just swallow a glowing bug.
That's truly personalized medicine. Okay, so can these living systems actually fight disease, not just diagnose?
Absolutely. Think back to those magnetic nanoparticles, like from the magnetotactic bacteria.
Right, the tiny magnets.
You can engineer them.
Okay.
So when you apply an alternating magnetic field from outside the body, they heat up.
Okay.
That's magnetic hyperthermia therapy. You can use it to precisely target and cook cancer cells.
Wow.
And what's really innovative is using engineered bacteria as the delivery system. They can carry these nanoparticles, maybe even other drugs, and navigate right to the tumor. Felfel and a big international group showed this in Nature Nanotechnology in 2016.
Like microscopic guided missiles packed with heat-generating particles.
Kind of, yeah. A targeted biological strike.
Incredible. Okay, one more. Mechanical motion to electrical signals using biology.
Another really cool area. Our own cells have these things called mechanosensitive ion channels.
Meaning they sense.
They sense physical force pressure, stretch and convert it into an electrical signal. It's fundamental to touch, hearing. So scientists like Huang and colleagues at WashU, they published this in PNAS in 2018. They engineered these channels into neurons.
Okay, why?
So they could use low-intensity ultrasound sound waves to non-invasively trigger those deep brain neurons.
Trigger them how?
Electrically. By activating the engineered channels, it shows huge promise for treating things like Parkinson's disease, a non-drug, non-surgical way to stimulate the brain.
Using sound waves to fine-tune brain activity.
Yeah.
Based on these biosensors. Amazing.
It really is, using sound to control engineered biology.
This has been an absolutely wild ride through engineered living energy materials. Just incredible stuff. So let's try and bring it together. Key takeaways for you.
Okay. First, I'd say ELEMs are this profound shift. It's about really integrating biology and artificial systems, not just for power, but for medicine, diagnostic, all sorts of things. We're moving past just mimicking nature to actually partnering with it.
Right. Partnering. I like that. And
Second, nature isn't just, inspiration. It provides these incredible optimized blueprints, whether it's luciferase making light super efficiently, or chloroplasts running on sun, or electric eels packing a punch. We're learning not just to adapt these, but actually enhance them, improve on nature's design in some cases.
which is kind of mind-blowing in itself. And
third, while we've seen these amazing breakthroughs, glowing plants, ingestible sensors moving towards reality, there's still big challenges.
right, it's not all easy.
No. We need to boost efficiency, make sure these living systems are stable long-term, figure out how to scale them up safely and affordably, and, think really carefully about the environmental impact. It's a whole new paradigm.
Absolutely. It's clear this is driving some incredibly rich research, isn't it? Blending synthetic biology, material science, AI even.
Totally interdisciplinary, yeah. And this field, it's not just about new energy. It's fundamentally changing how we think about interacting with the living world, how we can maybe harness it to solve our biggest challenges.
It's like redefining technology itself. Not just inert stuff, but living, adaptable, maybe even self-healing systems.
Exactly. That's the vision.
So as we look ahead, biology and engineering getting more and more intertwined, just imagine the possibilities, right? Could your next phone maybe be powered by a tiny self-renewing biofilm?
Maybe.
Could your houseplants actually become your nightlights? What living energy material is going to be the next big thing? And maybe, just maybe, how might you listening get involved in discovering or designing it?